In Spain, Red Bull claimed a 1-2 with a Max Verstappen win, followed by teammate Sergio Perez in P2, while Ferrari got a 4th place finish by Carlos Sainz and a DNF for Charles Leclerc. Despite the win in Spain for Max Verstappen, Red Bull was hit with DRS trouble during the Spanish Grand Prix. Max Verstappen suffered problems with his DRS during both qualifying and the race. The first problem occurred on Saturday in qualifying when the DRS did not open in the pit straight at the start of a flying lap on the second Q3 attempt. Max thought that he had lost power, but it was later confirmed by the Red Bull boss Christian Horner that DRS flap wasn't opening during the last run in Q3. Max initially complained of power issues. This shows that how powerful DRS is on these modern Formula 1 cars. Before heading out to the grid on Sunday for the race, Red Bull was faced to fix the car. Although the car was under park permit conditions, but the teams are permitted to make changes provided they can show there is a legitimate reason to do so. Red Bull changed the DRS flap pivot pins and the DRS actuator before the race for Max Verstappen's car. During the race, Max Verstappen's DRS flap couldn't open even after multiple button presses. It was the same problem which was faced on Saturday during qualifying. Mainly the DRS flap wasn't opening on the main pit straight, but it did work in the back straight from turn 9 to turn 10. So how does the DRS work? For the DRS to work, teams can use hydraulics or an electric system that has an electric coil in it that generates enough force to open the flap. In other words, this electric system turns electric energy into movement. Most teams use this electric system as it is much less complicated and it saves weight in comparison to the hydraulic system. To open the DRS, the actuator has to overcome the aerodynamic load on the DRS flap. There is a force on the flap itself. To close the DRS, the actuator can be used or it will shut itself once the force that is keeping it open is removed. If you are using the actuator to open the flap and the aerodynamic load to close it, then the DRS flap will stay open or half closed. There is a minimum and maximum slot gap regulations for the DRS to operate in. When open, you need to keep some aerodynamic load on the flap to shut it. Or if you use the actuator to close it, then this load will also help to shut it. Christian Horner after the race suggested that this problem could be due to aggressive weight saving to make this part light as possible. We are chasing every ounce of performance and weight is a factor as well, said Horner when asked about the problem. Maybe we have been too ambitious there, but I think that we need to understand exactly what the issue is. We thought we had a fix, but unfortunately it didn't prove to be a reliable fix for the whole of the race. But the DRS was seemed to be working during the DRS zone between turn 9 and turn 10. This could be due to the speed difference of the car and air pressure at the two different DRS zones around the track. Red Bull was running a higher downforce rear wing for the Spanish Grand Prix. And if the DRS actuator was same in the previous races, then this could be the main cause for the problem. Red Bull has made the DRS flap too light and the actuator can't generate enough force to overcome the aerodynamic load on the flap to open it. Red Bull has made the DRS flap too light. This was the reason of the problem that Max Verstappen was facing in the Spanish Grand Prix.